Uncharted: Drake's Fortune is an action-adventure video game developed by Naughty Dog, the very same company that made Crash Bandicoot and Jak and Daxter. You know, those awesome, very cartoony games? Well, they also made this very realistic looking one too. The development began in 2005 and Naughty Dog purposely wanted to create a humanized video game that was completely different from their previous entries. It truly is an incredible thing. Uncharted was published by Sony Computer Entertainment and exclusive to the Sony brand. The game was first released on November 20th, 2007 for the PlayStation 3 and re-released October 7, 2015 for the PS4, known as the Uncharted Collection, which is all 3 games redone in upgraded graphics, frame rate, and resolution, but we'll get to that later. Drake's Fortune is the first title in the Uncharted series, and in my opinion, it still holds up to this day. The game brought back tomb raiding and treasure hunting from the dead. Before it was popular in gaming, Indiana Jones made it cool in the 80s in cinemas, and Lara Croft made it cool in the 90s on video games. She also turned boys into men with those giant
nice set of hooters you got there.
Guns. The game had pretty awesome reviews with praise directed toward its visuals, characters, musical score, animation, story, and voice acting.
I bet the Spanish dragged it out on cut logs. We're 400 years late for this party.
So the trail's cold.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Son of a bitch.
Watch your fucking mouth!
It sold over 1 million units within 10 weeks of its release.
Damn, that's a lot of money!
And helped Naughty Dog become one of the best AAA game makers out there. In Uncharted, you play as Nathan Drake, who is looking for the lost treasure of El Dorado with the assistance of Elena Fisher, the love interest, and Victor Sullivan, the wise old man. And he's up to his eyeballs in debt.
I'm up to my eyeballs in debt!
As you look for the treasure, some bad stuff happens. And then some very crazy stuff happens later on, which threw me for a loop the first time I played the game. I really didn't expect to see zombies, known as descendants.
Eddie, get back here!
Oh, crap.
But it all worked out in the end, because the game's awesome. Uncharted focuses on a lot of gunplay and cover and shoot mechanics, the same as Kill Switch or even Gears of War. Of course, there's a lot of puzzle solving. But a lot of gunplay that can feel pretty repetitive at times. Originally, Uncharted didn't have trophies to unlock because at the time, this wasn't a feature the PlayStation 3 had. The game was patched in August 4th, 2008 to include full trophy support. I remember at the time I was halfway through the title, but I started over just so I can unlock all the previous trophies. Uncharted did have medals you could earn from doing certain things within the game, so when the trophies were finally implemented, they basically just took the medal system and made them into trophies. I said trophies a lot, I'm aware. Moving on to frame rate, the PS3 runs at 30 frames per second with drops in high-octane action, or scenes with a lot of foliage. Whereas on the PS4, it never breaks below 60 frames, which is amazing. On the PlayStation 3, it runs at 1280 by 720 with loads of screen tearing, and the PS4 is playing at full 1080p with 0 screen tearing. I could sit here all day and talk about post-processing and anti-aliasing and MSAA yada yada yada, but I won't. Moving on to the controls. On the PS3, you aim with L1 and shoot with R2. On PS4, it's L2 and R2. There are sequences where you hold a button down to focus the camera on a particular event, and on the PlayStation 3, you hold down the L2 button, and on PS4 it's up. There are a few more control changes, but mostly it's the same. Also, the PlayStation 4 added a new mode called Explorer, which is the new easiest option. It's for people who just want to do the bare minimum so they can enjoy the story of the game. Let us jump into some comparisons now. Right off the bat, you can see that they redid Nathan altogether. His hair looks way better, and his face is so much more detailed. Also, take a look here. There's a lot more detail on the lid of the PS4. I wanted to show this scene just because I noticed the video camera effect is different on the PlayStation 4. Both the versions use squares to show that this scene is being filmed, but over here the squares are a lot smaller. Also in the same scene, Naughty Dog didn't just stop at higher resolutions, they added stuff too. Like here, you can see more debris dust. Look at how much better Drake's hand looks. Much more detail. When scrolling through the gameplay, I noticed that on the back of his suit, the Naughty Dog logo is very prominent in the PS4 versus the PS3. You can barely see it over there. Look at that face detail. What an improvement. You have newly added face wrinkles and way more detail in the facial hair. On PS3, he looks like a wax mannequin version of himself. Look at this. The camcorder is turned around, and on the PS3 it's facing frontwards. Not sure why that is. They also greatly enhanced the smoke and fire effects. Look over here, it's so much better. First we have the PS3 footage, and as I slowly slide it back, you can see how much better it looks on the PS4. Again, starting with the PlayStation 4, as we slide it back, we see the detail decrease, but also the PS4 had this thing added, whereas on the PS3 it's missing. Look at it one more time. Moving into the jungle, the PlayStation 4 added more foliage to the game. Pretty awesome. I mean, come on, look at this improvement. His face, hair, shirt, this isn't a simple HD enhancement, people. They went and added stuff in too. I do feel like they decided to cut back on all the other characters though. Only Drake looks enhanced. When looking at other characters, like Sully here, I feel the PS3 version looks better. I'll show another example later. Here is just more examples of the PS4 adding more nature into the game. It's pretty incredible. Moving into the tomb, they enhanced the fire and the hanging pots, but mostly everything else looks the same. I'm showing this scene because I noticed the stick stays showing on the ground on the PlayStation 4. Again, mostly everything else looks the same. Now moving out into the jungle again, it's truly amazing what this game could pull off for it being Naughty Dog's first time at realism. The PS3 version for the most part can still stand toe to toe with the PS4 game. It's incredible. Here, I'm not too sure which water splashes I prefer. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Another example of characters on the PS4 not looking as good as they do on the PlayStation 3. What do you think? Am I alone here? Do you think that people on the game look better on the PlayStation 4 versus the PS3? Overall, the PS4 is obviously the better option to play. With better frame rate, no screen tearing, and enhanced visuals, you really can't do better. But if all you had was a PlayStation 3, then playing the original is just fine too, because I believe it still holds up perfectly fine. It's a fantastic game. This is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my side-by-side of Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Stay tuned for more from Rookervision, and don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, ring the bell, and share this video to help our channel grow. Thank you for watching and have an awesome day. Or night. Maybe it's the afternoon for you. Well, just be awesome. Take it easy.